Hey babe, welcome back to episode 3 of my Amazon Sunday Scroll series where I bring you a new Amazon video every Sunday. We've got themes, we've got featured products of the week, things we hate. And this week's theme, I am bringing you all of the good things that my mom has recommended to me from Amazon. Now I will say, I didn't realize till I was going through this list, there's like a lot of things in my house that my mom recommended to me that aren't Amazon. So maybe I'll do a regular non-Amazon dedicated video to those, but a lot of these are like cleaning, organization, like beauty or like health products. She genuinely has the best finds. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Click the subscribe button if you are new here and know that everything is gonna be numbered up on screen and linked in the description bar and comment section so you can easily shop this video. But number one is actually the whole reason why I made this video. It is this Sarna lotion. So my mom first told me about this when we were at the beach because I forgot my lotion after I shaved my legs, and she was like, girl, I'm gonna completely change your life. She said, go get the lotion that says S-A-R-N-A, Sarna, in my bag in there. She was like, and just wait. I'm not even kidding. Like 30 seconds after I used it, I was like, okay, what's this magic potion? She was like, I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever. So this actually has menthol in it. So it has a super cooling effect on your legs, but it actually is great for sensitive skin, itchy skin. If you itch after you shave, just cause like you have sensitive skin, if you know, you know. It does say that it can be used for like bug bites, you know, rashes, things like that. I do have something else I'm gonna mention in a later part of this video that I think is better for that, but just for overall like sensitive skin that may be itchy from like self-tanner or shaving, this lotion is a game changer. It is the most cooling, wild effect ever all over your legs. It's almost like relaxing and I cannot get enough. So this is like the spotlight featured product of the week because this is the whole reason why I made this video dedicated to all of my mom's finds. Number 2, popsicle molds. Now my mom and I kind of have the same feeling. If you want to eat like a sweet treat, just do it. Like we don't believe in bad food and good food. It's just like everything in moderation. But there's definitely some times when like you don't need ice cream after every single meal just because you want it. So one of the things my mom told me about were these popsicle molds, and she was like, it's just organic orange juice. And I said, it's nothing else? And she was like, no, it's literally just organic orange juice. And that way you feel like you're eating ice cream, like this really sweet treat, but it's literally just organic orange juice. And you can get that from Costco, at least for the best price and in bulk, because you'll definitely go through a lot of it when you make popsicles with it. But truly the most random hack, and my boys love popsicles. It keeps them cool, it keeps them hydrated. It's just organic orange juice. So these popsicle molds are amazing and of course recommended by Susan. Number 3, this little clean dirty side. I've actually just shared this before. It goes on your dishwasher. I have had a couple throughout. Like I had a different one that had like curly script on it. This one's just a little bit more clean and sleek, but this was recommended to me by my mom because my dad is always like, Susan, clean, dirty. And she's like, Michael, yep, the sign. So I have one now and it's amazing. Product number 4 really does come with a disclaimer. I would not recommend this spray just like for a regular spray in your hair just because it has collagen in it. Like this is more of something you want to use either after you've styled your hair or to style your hair. My mom actually said that this is kind of like, in my opinion, it feels like a really, really mild gel, but it's liquid. So you spray it all over your hair and it does just like, just give the slightest bit of crunch, not in a bad way, but just like the slightest bit, but it has collagen in it. So she actually bought this because she was like playing around and doing the boys' hair one day and she was like, oh, I just bought this. And then, you know, it smells really good and they love it. So I have now gone through, I think 3 bottles of this because this is how I style the boys' hair. It's really nice that of course it does have collagen in it, but it doesn't have any weird, crazy scent. Like it smells good, but it's not like a flowery scent or like a man scent. It's just a spray and the boys don't mind it at all. It styles their hair. And sometimes if I like want their hair to stay put all day long, like we're not coming home, I'll put a little bit of additional product in it. But for the most part, this is just perfect for taming the boys' hair. And again, if I said it enough, it has collagen in it. So who doesn't love that? But I really use this more on the boys than me, but I just want to make sure you're not spraying it on fresh, clean hair. It's going to give your hair a little bit of a like texture to it. Number 5, why have I never had a rice cooker? I don't know, but I bought one that was like a little bit fancier than my mom's and it came in and I was like, why does this tell me it's going to take 40 minutes to make rice? Like literally what's the point of the rice cooker? My mom was like, you need to return that. literally get my one that's like under $20. She said it's super quick and really easy. I use mine all the time. So I returned the super fancy one, got the super cheap one, and it's amazing. I use it all the time to cook rice. You can use it for risotto. You can use it for, there was something, quinoa. There was something else she was telling me she uses hers to cook with, but it's just like a little baby pressure cooker almost, and it just cooks your rice perfect every single time, and you're not having to like tend to it, which is super nice. Number 6 is another find for my kids. These Contigo cups my mom actually found. She's really into just like trying different things, which I think is where I get my like, I'm down to be a guinea pig and try anything, and I think I get that from my mom. She just randomly was like, yeah, you know, I saw these Contigo cups one day on Amazon, so I grabbed them, and we have been so impressed that pretty much now we don't buy anything for the boys that aren't Contigo unless we like want a different design. But these are just so amazing, high quality. They do not leak. Like the amount of times that I have had this in my bag, in the car, upside down, and they don't leak, it's just, it's so many times. So a really high quality, affordable kids cup for sure. Number 7, these 13-inch serving spoons. I absolutely love these. I took over hosting Thanksgiving when we moved into this home, and my mom and dad, thank God for them, my very first time, I was so ill prepared. So they were like running back to their house and grabbing a bunch of like platters and serving utensils and all that stuff and coming back over here to help me because I didn't know what I didn't know. You know, I'd never done it before. And one of the things my mom was for sure, she was like, you need these 13-inch serving spoons. They are just an absolute game changer. They make everything easier, and they're separate from the utensils that you use on a regular basis. So they're also a little bit nicer looking. So these are definitely like holiday party serving spoons, not something I use for our just regular family. Like I just use silicone ones for that. But again, thank you, Susan. These were amazing, such a good purchase, and have been used a lot and still look brand new. Number 8 is the meter thermometer. I believe it was like my mom found this for my dad, or my dad found it with my mom, but I'm not quite sure. But this is something I have talked about time and time again. And anytime I have a gift guide video that goes up, or, you know, like my yearly favorites video, I mention this because if you are going to cook your meat to perfection every single time, you're going to want this. And I always share the story. We used the meter thermometer my very first Thanksgiving here. My dad brought it over, and he was like, listen, this is going to measure the temperature of the turkey. So let me know when this is saying we need to get the turkey out of the oven. He shoved that bad boy in the center of the turkey, and he left my house. It was supposed to, I think, be cooked for like 4.5 or 5 hours. And I called him at the 2-hour mark. I was like, hey, it says it's done. And he was like, what? And I was like, no, like it literally says it's done. What's happening? And he came over, we took the turkey out, and I'm telling you, we just like all kind of anxiously stared at it. We're like, oh no, what do we do? Yeah, the turkey was cooked perfect, because you just don't think about how sometimes after something gets to temp, it still continues to cook. So there have been times in the past where we cooked our turkeys based on how many minutes per pound you're supposed to, and the turkey turned out dry. Well, we've never had dry turkey since we have used one of these. Our steaks have never been too well done since these. They are such a good gift, and hands down, like a must have if you host, if you cook a lot, if you grill a lot. It's just such a good find. And again, Susan was the one who was like, why don't you have a meter thermometer? You need this in your kitchen. Number 9, I did not realize how obsessed with these I was going to be, but my parents would come over for dinner, and my mom would be like, why don't you just have like a dishcloth that I can use to wipe the table down, because they'll help clean up dinner. And I was like, I just use like the cleaner for the table. And she was like, I literally just need a wet washcloth that's like not going to be too rough. So she came over one day with 2 of her little rags, and she was like, listen, I'm just going to put these right here. Just for when I come over, you don't have to use them. And about a week later, I was like, hey mom, can I have the link for those rags? And she was like, why? Do you love them? Are they amazing? And I was like, yeah, no, they're really good. So now my parents know where they are. I have 2 packs of them that I've purchased. Our cleaning ladies even love them, because these are just perfect for like every time you eat dinner. You don't have to like scrub the whole table down with a cleaning product or something. Like sometimes you want to get, you know, the piled up mac and cheese off the table first before you do use the product. So yeah, these dishcloths get used all over the kitchen. You can even, I've heard some people say that they like have a separate pack in a separate color, and they use them to remove their makeup in the shower. So lots of different uses for these, but my mom just was like, I'm just gonna leave these right here. You do what you want with them. And they are amazing. Hands down, number one, without a doubt, most used item in my home. Now, number 10 is not necessarily something you need to get off Amazon, but I just wanted to throw it in here because I feel like it would not make sense to do a video without sharing this. My mom, when we moved into this home, our washer and dryer were like one of the first things to get hooked up. And we actually just went and stripped the beds at our house, brought them here, and we're like, you know what, let's make sure that everything's hooked up nice and tight. Let's make sure there's no leaks. So we did a load of laundry, and my mom just like brought some laundry detergent over because ours was packed away. Well, that night, Sam was like, are these sheets new? What's going on? And I was like, no, I don't know why they smell so good. Like, my mom doesn't add scents to things. I don't know why they smell like this. And she was like, oh, I just use pink bleach. And I was like, you use what? And she was like, pink bleach. It's the bleach with the pink label. So it does have like kind of a scent to it. I don't think it really smells like anything. I think it just doesn't smell like bleach. And so because of that, it actually allows your laundry detergent and your fabric softener to just actually have that really fresh laundry smell. Now, I know some people are like, your laundry should not have a scent. Listen, I believe that everything in moderation. There are some things I just cannot let go. When my laundry does not smell fresh and like fresh, clean laundry, to me, it just doesn't feel clean either. I don't know why, and we can totally disagree on that, but the pink bleach, it like almost just allows, like we use Gain, it almost just like allows the Gain detergent and fabric softener to smell the way they're supposed to smell versus bleach just like completely canceling it out. So random, again, I like my laundry to smell good, but that's just me and my mom, I guess. Number 11, these large alcohol wipes were actually, my mom recommended them to me from another friend. Oh man, little boys pee everywhere. Like, I genuinely thought that when people were talking about like, oh, my son's potty trained, but like, why does he pee all over the place? Like, it never fails. There's like dribbles all over the toilet. It's just gross. And she was like, well, Kelly was telling me that like they use alcohol wipes, and they like make her friend's grandson, like he wipes the toilet down after he uses the toilet and gets all the like dribbled pee up. Well, so I started using these with Ezra and teaching him like, hey, you need to like clean up your mess. Well, now I use them all over the place. Like, there's just something about a good alcohol wipe that's just like amazing to me. So it's not a baby wipe. It's not something you can use on skin, but it's also not like necessarily like a Clorox wipe that you would use for like, you know, multi-surface cleaning. It's whenever I need to disinfect something, which I have little children. I need to disinfect things all the time. So I've been pretty hooked on these, but these were recommended to me by my mom, by her friend. Number 12, quartz cleaner. I think my mom also has the granite cleaner. She was just kind of like, it doesn't matter what you get, it's really this brand that is just super good. She said it is not super expensive, and she said, but there's just nothing that's going to not only clean your granite or quartz the way this does. She said, but it makes it shine, and it's actually like good for it. So we use this quartz cleaner pretty much exclusively in our kitchens and bathroom counters. They're all quartz. And I believe she has granite, but she was just, again, like, this brand entirely is so good. So any of their cleaning products, doesn't matter what kind of countertop you have, as long as you get the correct kind, this brand is going to be superior. Number 13, Thorne creatine. My parents are very, very big sticklers for the quality of the ingredients that go into their body. And that's honestly how I feel. Like, what you eat is the most important thing. And so they're very into making sure that not only are they taking the right supplements, but that the supplements themselves are high quality. And Thorne is pretty much across the board kind of like a mom and dad approved brand. And so my parents are like, we love Thorne. We pretty much take only Thorne products. And so the creatine is something that I have started taking and slowly easing into, and have seen nothing but positive benefits from. I noticed, and I've heard from you guys too, it's very strange, but you notice almost an immediate change when you use creatine, especially because if you lift like I do, you know, you're just kind of always sore. You're not, at least in my opinion, once you start taking creatine, like, I'm just not sore anymore. And that's a really nice place to be, but I still feel like I can see the muscle tone. It helps. There's just so many benefits to it. Definitely check and see if it is right for you. There are a lot of positives to it. And honestly, there are some, like, I've heard some negative side effects. I've not had not one, not bloating, not excess like water retention, you know, which is the bloating. I've not had any excess hair growth or hair loss, which were the two things I was afraid of. Have not experienced any of that. I've literally had not one negative thing to say about creatine, and I have a million positive things to say about it. So this brand specifically was recommended to me by my parents, and I love it. Number 14, probably one of the oldest things that my parents recommended to me is this back stretcher. Now, this one's a little torn up because my children found it, were like picking at the foam one day, but this is literally just something you like lay across. And I will be honest, like if you are someone who has severe back issues, maybe skip out on this. But if you're someone who like, you just constantly kind of like need to pop your back, or you're just like a little sore, or you slept funny, this is absolutely amazing to use because it just stretches your back out. You feel like your chest is just fully opening up. And every now and then, whenever I use this, as I'm like laying down and like letting my spine really lean onto this, I can hear my back pop like 3 or 4 times. So it just makes your spine super stretched out and elongated, and it feels so nice. But again, like if you have chronic back issues, definitely address that with someone else. But this is just more for like those aging aches and pains that we get. Number 15, this battery organizer is a game changer, not just because it has the battery organizing setup in a very, very nice way, but it also has a little thing inside of it that can test your batteries and tell you whether they are working or not. And we got to Christmas night, and this was like our first time with Christmas with like 2 toddlers. And this was the first time that everything had batteries, and Sam and I were like, oh, we are not prepared. And I called my mom. I was like, please tell me you have like D batteries or something. And she was like, I do, but I don't know if they're too old. Actually, just come get the whole thing and then you can use the tester and see if they work. It's genius. So I literally ordered one that night and we absolutely love it. Everything's organized, does get pretty heavy. But having that like tester again is just super, super nice, just in case. Number 16, this 1.5 quart crock pot, similar to the rice cooker. And I know some people are like, that's a lot of appliances. I feel like maybe it's just a Southern thing, I don't know, but like we all have like multiple crock pots, rice cookers, pressure cookers, like all the things, because they all just have different functions. I did not see the benefits to a 1.5 quart crock pot for so long until I found myself asking my mom if I could borrow hers like 6 times in just like a few months, because anytime I wanted to make a dip or something smaller, it just was like, I'm not getting out my whole big crock pot for that. I'm not putting it on the stove. Like it is a crock pot recipe. And so I found it to just be super easy to have a small crock pot for small dips. And I grabbed one and haven't regretted it at all. Number 17, these serving tongs are amazing. Just like the big serving spoons, they're a little bit fancier. These are not something that I'm using when I'm like cooking at my house. Despite the fact that my husband tries to, I hide them from him because I'm like, these are not what we use when we are just baking. But they're nice to have really good looking serving tongs whenever we have Thanksgiving or are hosting any kind of event. You just never know how many you're gonna need. So I got like a 6 or 8 pack, I think, and we use almost every single one every time we've hosted. I did tell you guys that first product, Sarna, does say that it can help with like bug bites and stuff like that, but there's a different product I recommend, and it is actually topical Benadryl. Why did I not know this didn't exist? Do I live under a rock? I guess so. But when we were at the beach, there were so many horseflies. My dad got bit, I wanna say it was like 9 or 10 times. Like it was insane how many horseflies there were. You do experience, you know, ants, all the things. And my mom, there was like one night she was putting this all over herself, and I had gotten a couple mosquito bites, and I was like, wait, is this topical Benadryl? And she was like, Moriah. Yes. What do you mean? I was like, I've never heard of this. She was like, I have failed you. How have you never heard of topical Benadryl? So if you have bug bites, ant bites, bee stings, horsefly bites, like anything like that that's a bug bite, and there are some other things that, you know, I have that can prevent it or help get rid of it. This is a topical solution that helps ease that discomfort almost immediately. So a very, very good product that, I don't know, I guess I was the last on planet Earth to find out about. So that is it for this video. Susan has a lot of good finds. Again, like the Costco sheets that we are obsessed with that feel like the most luxurious sheets of all time. Those aren't from Amazon, but I have a lot of things in this house that are recommended to me by my mom. So let me know if you guys are interested in like hearing a video of all the other things that are Amazon related. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely click the subscribe button if you are new here. I am teaming up with 2 girlfriends to bring you next week's Amazon Sunday Scroll video, and I am so excited about it. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.